My name is Kristian Petersen. I go to William Ruthven Secondary School, but I also go to Virtual School Victoria, and my interest is Thomas the Tank Engine and trains. And I first became interested in Thomas when I was less than 1 year old, and I saw Thomas on TV. And when I first started watching it, I just liked looking at the spinning wheels, but now I like it because there's so much to learn about it and a massive fan base. And this topic is important to me because I've liked it ever since I was very little, and it's very special to me. It would also be very hard for me to get through challenging moments if I didn't have my special interest. The reason why other people take an interest in my topic is probably because of the same reason as me. And from what other Thomas fans have said, I think they like it because there's a lot to learn about it. And if other people were wanting to understand more about Thomas, they should probably start with the start of it all, the Railway series. The Thomas franchise started when the Reverend Wilbert Awdry's son Christopher had measles, so he entertained him with stories about trains, and eventually he had them published, and the first book was called The Three Railway Engines, starring Edward, Gordon, Henry, and the Fat Controller as the main characters. And Thomas was created later, first as a toy made by Awdry, then as some illustrations, and finally a book titled Thomas the Tank Engine. The Reverend then went on to make a part of the Railway series each year until he retired in 1972 with his last book, Tramway Engines. Christopher continued them starting in 1983 and ending in 2011 with the very last Railway series book. The television series started in 1984 when Brett Allcroft decided to make a TV show of Thomas using model trains. It was a big success, and on the same year the brand Urschel decided to start making Thomas toys, and the toys were successful too. And in 2000, the first Thomas movie was made, titled Thomas and the Magic Railroad. 9 years later, the series switched to CGI animation, and the show has recently announced that the series will be changing to 2D animation, and the number of episodes in each season will increase. And two facts that I think are interesting about the series are, in the first season of the show, the producers bought a Gauge 1 tank engine that is used to push and pull trucks in the background. After season 1, the producers realized that they could just use Thomas characters to do the same thing without having to keep them out of the shot. The engine was later taken to pieces and its parts were used as scrap dressing, and other parts of it were used as things like wheels, buffers, buffer beams, and other parts of engines. And the second fact is there was an attempt to make an adaptation of the story, The Sad Story of Henry, in 1953, but was a fail after in one of the scenes Henry derailed and was put back on the tracks by someone. Since TV was filmed live then, they couldn't edit it out or reshoot it, so they gave up, and after that didn't adapt any more Thomas episodes. I'd encourage people to get into Thomas the Tank Engine because of all the stuff you can learn about it, and it's not just like the history of the show and how it was made, it's the history of like each engine has a different kind of made up history, because the Reverend W. Awdry wanted his stories to be as realistic as possible. So he made a book about all the about the kind of the backstories of each engine. I think everyone can enjoy it, because first there's the TV series, then there's the railway series, and then there's more stuff you can learn about and read about and watch more episodes, and sometimes even maybe make up your own backstories to each engine, which a lot of people have done. And that's all I have to say about my interest in Thomas the Tank Engine and trains.